there, Libra. How you doing today? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your reading. I don't want to give this one too much of a title. I know I didn't get weekly readings done this week. I'm sorry. I had extenuating circumstances. Normally this would be bonus reading day, but these aren't really bonus readings. So I guess this is just the reading for this week, okay? Hopefully by next week I will have things back to normal. That is the hope here. Okay, so let's see what we get for you, okay, Libra? We're going to start with the Emperor, okay? Fair enough. Followed by the Hermit, okay? And then we've got the Chariot. So this is your backstory or your recent past. Currently, I have you with the Three of Swords, followed by the Three of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. In the near future, we are looking at the Queen of Cups, followed by the King of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, bottom of the deck for this reading is actually, if I can flip it, the Fool. Okay, so the current, what do we call it? The undercurrent to this entire reading has something to do with you very much so wanting to take a leap of faith. It would appear in a new direction, okay? Is what I see with this card. The card at the center of your read is the Three of Wands, which kind of plays into the same as this because we're speaking of you looking forward, trying to figure out how to leave the past in the past and move forward, okay? Very forward focused. Okay, we will see how they play in as we go. We're going to start with the recent past. In the recent past, I have you with the Emperor and the Hermit, and the challenge position is the Chariot. So the Emperor is speaking of you being in charge of whatever you're doing right now, right? You're in charge of your kingdom for sure. And you're doing it, you're ruling with somewhat of a unmovable or iron fist, okay? You have made your mind up about what you think is right and what you think is wrong. And that is how you're dealing with things. It's your way or the highway. You're really not open to compromise right now, okay? Is how this looks in the recent past. The next card over is the Hermit. So this is you pulling your energy back out of a situation that you are involved in to try to reassess it. So obviously something triggered you or upset you within this dynamic. That's why you pulled your energy back out of it, right? The challenge in this situation in the recent past became the Chariot. So there needed to be forward motion so that you could find victory within this dynamic. And that became a challenge, trying to get everything to move forward. So it felt stagnant or stuck, it looks like. As far as astrological signs go through here, we are dealing, you could possibly be dealing with an Aries, a Virgo, or a Cancer with those three cards right there. Have anybody else out here? That's pretty much the gist of it. With those three, it doesn't mean you have to be, but those are the energies that are on the board up here in the recent past. So whatever it is that ended up happening here is in the past. We can't change it. It's already happened. It looks to me as though possibly your inability to compromise caused you to overreact possibly when things didn't go your way, when you felt threatened in some way. So you pulled your energy back, and then standing on business, you refused to reinvest into something. With the Chariot, you held up progress as far as things moving forward is what it looks like to me. But we'll see. Or we go from there. So currently where you're at. Currently you're dealing with some sort of heartbreak with the Three of Swords. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is you looking towards your future. Okay, the challenge right now is the Ace of Pentacles. So there is some sort of a new opportunity that's come towards you. I don't know why that's challenging for you, but that is what they're saying here. I can't help but notice that we have 2 3s, and then I've already seen what's in the next row. So it looks as though there is some sort of an extra energy involved in the situation that you're dealing with. Meaning that at one time there were 2 energies, you and somebody else, and it seemed okay. And now there would appear to be 3 energies involved in that said situation, okay? Okay, and it looks to me like you are currently dealing with a toss-up between whether you want to try to pursue something in love or if you're trying to pursue something in money, but for some reason the two of them aren't intermingling. That's the only reason I can see why the Ace of Pentacles would be in the challenge position. Okay, so let's move forward. What do we have coming in the near future? In the near future, we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and then the Queen of Wands. So the way this looks to me is that you're presenting here as the Queen of Cups, okay? And you have a divine counterpart, which is the King of Cups. And then there is a Queen of Wands who has somehow entered the situation. I can't help but notice that you as the Queen of Cups have your back turned to the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is facing the Queen of Wands. So it would look as though something that you were committed to has gone awry or has stepped outside of the situation that the two of you currently had here in the near future, to go towards a Queen of Wands, which is no doubt why you have the Fool card here, because you are trying to take a leap of faith in a different direction. I think you're ready to just exit the situation there. Behind the Fool, I have the Popess, which would be the High Priestess, and then I have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this King of Cups, who is apparently your divine counterpart, or was, is giving to two. Intuitively, you already know that, but I don't know that you have the proof you need yet. There's just been a ton of secrecy surrounding a situation, and I think you're coming into that knowledge. Intuitively. Sorry, I'm trying to flip the deck. Okay, what do we got? Give me three more, and then we're going to go ahead and do days of the week. I have the Ten of Cups, followed by the Four of Pentacles, and then I have the Ace of Wands. So, at one time, you felt this was your emotional fulfillment, obviously, right? Right now, it looks like there's a part of you that still desperately wants to hang on to it. But with the Ace of Wands, I think that you have found newfound inspiration to try to let it go and to go ahead and take a leap of faith in a different direction. I think that you have come to the realization that this just played itself out. It just got to the end of whatever it was supposed to be. Let me see, three more, I guess. What else we got? I've got the Six of Wands, the World card, and then the Ten of Wands, yeah. I mean, the Ten of Wands is speaking of this being a very heavy burden on you. The World card is talking to this cycle ending. And the Six of Wands is, there's some concern about what other people might think. However, I do believe you are coming out on the upside of what people think, okay? For what that's worth. All right, so let's see. What do we get? For Thursday, you've got the Eight of Cups and then the Queen of Pentacles. This is all about you, you know, figuring out how to walk away is what that's about on Thursday. Friday, I think I've got you with the Nine of Wands and the Five of Swords. There's a lot of conflict and you're feeling quite wounded by the whole situation on Friday. Saturday, I've got you with the Four of Swords and the Page of Swords. This is you trying to find confirmation or trying to find clarity in indirect manners and you needing time to heal. And Sunday, I've got you with the Nine of Swords and then the Death card. This is you being stressed out, but I do believe you're finally accepting a transformation that needs to take place. It just is what it is. Transformations always suck a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But they're better once you get through them. That looks like what's happening here. There you go. That's what I have for you this week, Libra. No matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best week you possibly can. You made it to this point, you don't mind, can you hit the like, share, follow, or comment something? Any of them, some of them, it helps me a bunch and I greatly appreciate you. And if you're looking for a private reading, just send me a message and I will get you the details. I'll never reach out to you first. If somebody does, that's not me. It's a scam, okay? All right, you guys, it's gonna be okay, but it does look like things are changing up, right? Things are moving and shaking, it looks like. All right, thanks. There you go.